Core field stabilized. Intaro Atun.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falco Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be Soulkey and Bisu together on Eclipse. Together and fighting each other. Top right, it's going to be Soulkey, ASL 16 and 17 champion. And in the bottom left here, it's going to be Bisu, the best Protoss player of all time, playing under a sneaky barcode name. This is a replay from RJB of RJB TV fame. Check him out. And Terra the Overlord scouting out here. So, hatch first here on a two-player map, especially against Bisu, is super risky. So I think it's going to be either a pool first play of some kind, but maybe an overpool, just kind of splitting the difference. And I think it's just going to be a gateway expand here from Bisu, sending zealots across the map to harass Soulkey. Bisu does love to do that. He's gotten several wins on my channel just by doing that alone in a PvZ. So, Soulkey, what are we going to do here? You're feeling good, man. You win 2 ASLs in a row, and you're the favorite for ASL 18. And, yep, it's going to be an overpool. Overpool play here. Yeah, so it's a gateway into an expand, or maybe a 2-gate. We will have to see what Bisu is feeling. Feeling aggressive. Alright, what's the play? What's the play going to be here? I don't think... Let's see how much money we are saving up. Gonna have enough money to get a Robert the Zealot out when this guy finishes, when the gateway is down. Probe says, is there an expansion yet? No. Okay, so it's some kind of pool first. Let's see what it is. And the answer is, it was an overpool, because it's not done yet, but it's definitely before the hatchery. Now, on the other side, Zealot in production, Robert the Zealot coming out here. Another pylon coming up back home. Not really saving up cash for an expansion quite yet. Oh, and Soulkey just throws a second base up here at the third because he's probably going to get it blocked by the probe anyway, especially because it's Bisu. And let's not worry about it. Let's just go ahead and get a base there. We're going to get a third base anyway. That's what that tells us from Soulkey's perspective. And the Zealot says, I could maybe get some work done on that third base. It's pretty far away. But 2 sets of lings are on the way. Are there more than that? Really? Just by 2 sets, I mean 2 lings. Goodness. I thought for sure it was 2 sets of lings, but 1 pair of Zerglings is out. They're trying to see how many Zealots are coming across the map here, and they're going to see 1 and be like, okay, so we need more than 2 lings for that. So he throws down the expansion and then makes a pair of lings. Okay, then makes a second pair of lings. Sends these guys down, says, you know what? You can hack away at my third hatch for a while if you want. Overlord parked up here says, there's the expansion. Says, all right, it's not a 2-gater, and it is going to be an expansion. Oh, get that run by. You got that. You got that run by. Yeah, gonna force the Zealot to come off the line, but another Zealot's gonna pop out of that gateway momentarily, so never mind. Oh, careful. Do not die. Do not die unnecessarily to slow Zealots, man. That is what you gotta do here, Soulkey, if you're gonna be awesome. We're doing sending some... This is a lot of lings, but I guess there are a lot of Zealots out on the map, in all fairness. So, yep, getting behind the minerals, incredibly annoying stuff. Bisu's finally taking his gas. Gas is finished from Soulkey, and he's starting to harvest it now. And it's like, yeah, okay, let's just kill this dude. He does get 2 kills, which is less than he wants to. It's a smaller amount of kills than he wants to. Dude, this probe is still alive? Good heavens. Probe's been over here scouting since the gosh darn beginning of time. 3:55, it feels like, ago. But yeah, 2 Zealots here. 1 Zealot here. Yeah, I mean, Bisu is the kind of guy who will make more than a couple Zealots, sometimes 4, 5, 6 of them. And it's good, because it forces lings out of the Zerg player. The Zerg player would really be rather making drones right now, and then they can't. And everything's annoying. Alright. Soulkey thinks he can engage here. 1 Zealot does go down. Getting a surround on these guys is surprisingly difficult. I always say it. Zealots are slippery, man. Okay, another one down. I forgot to mention this is a DEF CON 1 replay from RJB, so we'll see what that means for us. Soulkey has enough lings to easily clean up the Zealots, but does he have too many lings? Which is a problem, right? Metabolic boost coming in. Lair coming up behind metabolic boost. Cannon behind the wall. Ling's going to get a minute to hack on one of these gateways, maybe take down the forge a little bit. But the cannon timing is good enough that we're not going to lose anything to these Zerglings. But softening it up so that future attacks from, like, Hydras can act... Oh, my gosh, he's not going to get it. He might... Nice. Focus on this. Kills one. He kills both of the Zealots before the cannon comes up. Wow. All right. Soulkey gets some good value for those Lings. 2 Zealots down. This gateway is at, like, 50% HP. The shield will come back. The HP will not. And if a Hydra Den gets tossed down here, that'd be pretty sweet. It's going to be a Spire with a Stargate coming back home from Bisu and ye old Citadel of Adun. So very, very standard stuff here from Bisu. We'll see what that turns into for him. Is it going to be a lot of Corsairs? Is he working on a +1 air weapons? He's working on a +1 ground weapons, which is also very fine. Zergling's trying to see, is there any kind of a Zealot push coming out? Because I'd really just like to make drones right now. Just kidding. He's making 3 sets of Lings right now. I think he wants to jump on that gateway and kill it. I think maybe he wants to kill this Forge too with these Lings. He's like, who needs Hydras, Falcon? I can do this with Lings. I am Soulkey. Now, a fact that I said in the Soulkey video that I posted earlier this week was that RJB was analyzing a bunch of Soulkey's replays over the last couple weeks. And he said Soulkey's games end by 15 minutes like every time. So yeah, look at this. Ling's hacking away. Oh my gosh. Lings take down the gateway, and I don't know if they're going to get anything else. Another Zealot dies. Okay, probes block so Lings can't get in and go for the scout. Oh, they slipped right on by, though. Ay, caramba. These are Soulkey Lings, man. Maybe they're not Jaedong Lings, but they are Soulkey Zerglings. Swinging on in, trying to see what's going on. And, you know, gets a full scout off. Wonderful. There is +1 air weapons getting started right now. So, going Mutalisks, not a fan, but it's just Scourge in production right now from Soulkey. Doesn't mean he can't go for a bunch of Mutas later if he wants to. Just not recommended. So, Scourge going to pop right now. And there they are. They're on a rampage. They're going to try to catch... Oh, good hit. Oh, never mind. Just a tiny, minute change in direction there. And heading for that Corsair. Bisu keeps it alive. A lesser Protoss would have lost that Corsair for sure. So yeah, Corsair production, upgrades for them. Third gas getting tossed on up now from Soulkey. He's got macro hatches. How do you win games of StarCraft? Well, Falcon says, you know what? Macro hatches and drops. Drops to destroy bases. It just feels like players who drop end up winning games more often than they don't. It's not like a guaranteed thing or anything, but it's really good. Hydra Den coming in. Oh my gosh, he made mutas. He did it. He did the Mutalisk thing. He doesn't know. In all fairness, he doesn't know this is +1 Corsairs. He can't see the upgrade. I mean, Bisu waited to start the upgrade until the Lings were gone. So he's hiding that fact, and he's hiding his full Corsair countdown here. Yeah, so you see 4 Corsairs at this point, and you're like, ugh. He's not going crazy with mutas. He's just got 5 of them. That's basically enough to take down, like, a cannon, as long as the Scourge wipe out the Corsairs. We've seen this attempted before by players like Larva, like Terror in this matchup. They seem to like to do it more often than other Zergs, and let's see how this works out for Soulkey. Again, 2-time ASL champion right now. He's killing it. So, all right, the Corsairs at the very least, trying to keep the Zerg at bay here. And that works. Soulkey's like, don't like it. Let's fall back. Let's not just sack our units in here. Zealot's going for an attack either to the third base or to the natural base, but the Sunken is in a place where it can't be hit by the Zealot. Soulkey's playing this really well. Yeah, see, the Zealots are like, so there's mutas overhead, and there's perfect placement, and of the Sunken and Hydras. I don't like any of this. This is horrendous. Ooh, keeping that Soul Overlord alive. That's a lot of fun, too. Get out of there, Corsair Ball. They +1's kicking in now. And there it is. And now if Soulkey clicks on a Corsair, you can see +1 attack is done for them. Zealots go for the Nat. Okay, Sunken's getting a lot of work done. Hydras, too. But Hydras are getting absolutely smashed down. And then Zealots, drones are trying to keep the Zealots from getting inside the main base. They are dying, though. Bisu. Man, he just knows. He knows where to go, knows when to attack. All the zealots die, but several drones died there. Sunken stays alive. Hero sunken for sure. More and more Hydras being produced. This is bonkers stuff. Psionic Storm is on the way. More and more gateways coming in. Gonna get that storm out against the Hydras, against the lurkers that are probably coming. By that I mean, I don't think I've seen lurker aspect come through the production tab. Obviously it's available, but it's just Hydras here. Production tab shows no lurkers in production. I don't see any lurkers on the map either. So it's just Hydra Muta. My gosh, he's making 5 more Mutalisks. Okay. Look, man, it's Soulkey. There are just certain Zerg players that I have to be like, you know what? You do you, man. If this was a lesser Zerg player than a 2-time ASL champion, I'd be like, no, why are you doing this? Bad. But because it is Soulkey, I'm going to allow it. I am very generous that way. It looks like Bisu's going to try to get third base. Oh, he stopped microing the Corsairs! Okay. I don't know what Bisu was paying attention to there, but he just lost every one of those Corsairs. So Soulkey's like, yeah, see? It's fine, Falcon. Bisu stopped microing his Corsairs for reasons that seem unknown. And as a result, the Mutas are all still alive. And the third base, the dream of the third base is not super hot. Oh my gosh. There are 2 cannons in the main. All right. Okay. Storm is done. But, yeah, you're going to storm your own probes if you try to go after these Mutas too aggressively. Look at them parking over. Look, they're just parking over them. They're like, you want to storm us? You storm your own probe. Look, oh my gosh. He's doing his best. Ooh, he gets a High Templar with the snipe. The Mutaflux is not big anymore, but it's big enough to kill some of your probes, sir. Why are we leaving them alone? There you go. Some Dragoons come back to deal with the final injured Mutas. Oh my gosh, it's 42 probes to 47 drones now. That's a 2-kill Muta. Is that the same Muta? Can't quite tell. They have the same amount of HP. Yeah, I think they both have 2 kills. That's weird. Good sharing, boys. So that was incredible. That is the consequence of losing all of your Corsairs, is that a bunch of your probes die, both your cannons die at your main base, and you're a sad, sad panda. So, million Hydras out. Guess what? Storm is done. Speedlots are here. 1-1 upgrades on those dudes. The Hydras have +1 attack, no armor at this stage of the game. Bisu's like, I gotta get something done here. I'm down in worker count. I'm down in bases. Soulkey's getting a 4th base at the 12 o'clock. You gotta watch out for that one, too. Mutas just barking down more Mutas. There is a Carapace upgrade for the Mutas. I think you could have taken down that cannon. I really do. Meanwhile, Bisu says, let's just face smash our way into here. There are no lurkers. It's only Hydras and Sunkens. If all the Zealots die, the Hydras can trade pretty well, but then there's the Storm, as per usual. My gosh, drones are evacing from this position. There is a lot of Zerg coming back to try to help with this in the form of a bunch of Zerglings. Sunken's doing what they can, but with +1 Zealots right on top of them, it's tough. This Sunken lives. Wait, maybe this Sunken doesn't live. That Sunken does not live. Lings come running up. Drones are fighting. The remaining Mutalisks are fighting these Dragoons with 2 armor. Look at the armor upgrades here. These drones, part of the battle, just get obliterated. It is 37 probes to 41 drones now. Both players have taken massive hits to their overall worker counts. Zealots continuing to march around out here. Get into the third base. No, Hydras block that with their bodies. Macro Hatch goes down. The Hydra Den getting sniped would be pretty cool, actually. That High Templar has enough energy for a storm. If everybody wants to try to engage here, then Bisu will wipe it out. He's getting a third base behind this. What a match. This is definitely DEFCON 1. Bisu recovering really well from losing all those probes and losing all of his Corsairs. Dragoons, 6 kills on that one, 4 kills on that one, 4 kills on that one too. Just getting so much work done. 106 to 75 supply in favor of the Protoss. This group of Hydras just eating Zealots to the face, man. Still no further upgrades. This is maybe this is why you don't skip Lurker Den. It does feel like the Lurkers would do really well against these Zealots, obviously. And once the Zealots are gone, the Hydras are great against the Dragoons. And yeah, okay, there actually is a Lurker out there. Lurker aspect did get researched before that Hydra then died. Good snipe on the Obs. There we go. Okay, 2 Sunkens firing away. 3 Sunkens firing away. Plus a Lurker back there. Ling's coming to maybe get a full surround. Ooh, High Templar snipe. Gets a storm off, but he dies, and he gets 1 kill for it. Not exactly the cost efficiency you want to see from a High Templar, leaving these 2 Dragoons behind. 7 kills on that Dragoon. He's dead, but by golly, 7 kills is a good number for a Dragoon to have. Try to send some Lings over to shut down this third base of Bisu's, but not quite enough. And the Zealots responding were able to be like, no, absolutely not. Woof, 10 kills. Hey, if I said 7 kills was a lot of kills, this 10-kill Dragoon's doing fantastic. Dude, Bisu is just monstering here. 42 probes to 34 drones here at 15 minutes. Another Obs gets sniped out. Thanks, Overlord, for the spot. You do, in fact, have speed, which is nice. Ooh, if that drone hides, no. No hiding for that drone. I don't know. Zerg is trying to get over here. Soulkey is trying to get over here and maybe shut down this third base, but getting intercepted by huge amounts of gateway units from Bisu. This has just been non-stop, action-packed, awesome stuff here. Okay, million Hydras. By million, I mean there's 8 of them, but it can feel like a million when you're fighting, depending on what you've got going for you. So yeah, 3 base to 3 base. 4th base was canceled or killed. It's just not happening. And Bisu is absolutely on fire. Some drones coming down to saturate the natural base, which is fairly bereft of drones. There's like 4 of them there. Hit the like button if you're enjoying this game. This has been amazing. Subscribe too, man. Try to get up to 100,000 subs on the channel. You guys can help. See, when there's lurkers here, the Zealots are like, we don't want to go into the natural base anymore. There's lurkers down there. Yeah, they got +2 attack even. Any lurkers up here at the 3rd? Because if not, I feel like that's maybe a decent attempted attack position. Yeah. Ooh, okay, Lurker Egg, top of the ramp. Storming the egg is viable. But also, I don't know, maybe feels like a bit of a waste of energy there. This is allowing reinforcements to pop up. Dude, Bisu's getting a 4th base behind us. I think Bisu's got this thing. He's up in workers. He's up in base count. He's going to take... Oh, he's tied in base count. He's going to take another base. If Soulkey can kill this 3rd, which... There's a High Templar with 2 storms at the top of that ramp, so I don't know. There are no High Templar here at the natural base, which is pretty neat stuff. I'm not sure where there's a Scourge over here. Muta Bomb on top of the High Templar. Gets 1. No, doesn't even get the 1. Doesn't even get that one either. Oh, the Mutas are trying to get some value here. Okay. Once again, trying to use the probes to dodge the storms that are trying to hit the Mutas at the same time. Soulkey's like, you don't have any Corsairs. My Muta attacks are going to be way more effective. Ah, Muta gets picked off as it tries to flee back in here. Gets another couple probes down. Dude, both players under 40 workers at 18 minutes is crazy. 31 probes to 39 drones. Okay, so the Mutas get killed. See you later, Mutas. Good effort, though. 2 kills on you is not too bad. Soulkey did not expand behind this. Did Bisu trying to take a 4th base overextend a little bit? He's mined out of his natural, though. His main base is effectively mined out. He kind of wants to be mining from 2 bases because that's what... Yeah, that's what our Zerg player is doing, Soulkey. Soulkey's got the cash to go ahead and take a 4th base, but is it gonna be enough? Once again, just spending minerals and gas. 100 gas, 100 minerals per Mutalisk here. It's not cheap to do this. That's a lot of Hydras. Good snipe on the Obs again. And Hydra Lurker Ling, when there's no Obs, is pretty powerful. Soulkey needs some kind of damage here. if he's going to extend this game and potentially win it. God, that Zealot denying that 4th base is just incredible. No sign of a Queen's Nest. This is Soulkey trying to do this thing with Hydras and Lurkers. Yeah, this group kind of gets caught out on their own annoyingly. You can storm where the Lurkers are if you know where they're coming because their spines are visible. Hydras come in. Are you focusing? Nope. Not really focusing High Templar. I don't know. It's beautiful spread on the Lurkers from Soulkey. But another OBS has arrived. Direct attacks on the Lurkers is very possible. Ling's jumping in there. Another beautiful storm. And I just think Soulkey's run out of steam here. He came down here with a particular goal. Couldn't get it done. I mean, his Mutas did take down a gateway. They're going to kill another one, which is very cool. I'm not going to tell him he can't, but it's not exactly the high priority targets we're going for here. Did you kill all 3 of these pylons by the time... Oh, here we go. Storm's going to kill them all. And... no, all of them survive. They're all very, very injured, though. Soulkey... yep, what do we always say about Hydra Lurker? Really good. Right up until about the, 20-minute mark or so, and then Zerg players just run out of steam if they haven't teched up to things like Plague and Dark Swarm. Suddenly, the Psionic Storm is just too plentiful. The upgrades on the Protoss are too good. If you're not softening them up with the Plague ability, then what are you doing? I like how we're rebuilding the Corsair count now for Bisu. It's like, no, we need Corsairs. Ooh, look, bringing DTs in. Why would you not assume that Soulkey brought some Overlords? He's been sniping your OBS today. I don't know. There's an Overlord way back there, but way too late, and that's a GG. Soulkey taps out, and Bisu is our winner. I did the thing again where I hit pause when it was already at the end of the replay because I don't know why I started doing that. But anyway, great game from Bisu, man. Every Protoss player, admit it. When you saw that Corsair ball get utterly wiped out, were you just like, oh, yeah, that's not good? Then the Mutas came over and killed a bunch of probes, and Bisu was on 2 bases, and it wasn't going well for him. Then he's just like, upgrades, gateway units. We're going to make some High Templar. We're going to storm a bunch. The Lurker aspect was delayed. I want to see if I can catch on the production tab when Lurker aspect was researched, because there it is. Researched here about 13 minutes, and it finished it 14 minutes. So yeah, this was the first attack that used the Lurkers. This 4th base never happening for Soulkey was a major problem. Yeah, I don't know. Not a fan of Mutalisks here. I'm just not. I think the money going to Lurkers and Hydras in the mid game would have been a better use of the gas. But second guessing Soulkey is a tough thing. And again, like I said, a lot of his games end early. A lot of his games are like 17 minutes long. And so I don't know. He's winning a whole bunch. But when it comes down to it, I don't know. He's not playing a ton of games past the 20-minute mark. So I don't know. Like, again, he's won 2 ASLs in a row. So maybe just being insanely good in the first 15 minutes of a game wins you enough to make you a double ASL champion. I don't know. He did win that super long macro game against Snow on Blitz Y in the last ASL. That was like one of the greatest games in the last couple of years. And that was like everything's mined out. Everybody's running out of army supply. It's a very desperate situation on both sides, and Soulkey squeaked that one out. So it was like 40 minutes long too, 45, 48, 50 minutes long. Anyway, go check that one out if you have missed it. I'm sure they put it as its own VOD on the ESL StarCraft YouTube channel. I don't know. We probably should. But yeah, 2-2 upgrades, right? Archons, DTs, High Templar, speed lots, all of it really, really good. And as the upgrades come in and as the storm becomes more plentiful, if you don't have Dark Storm, you don't have Plague, you just die about 9 out of 10 times. So great back and forth, but Soulkey just kind of got stuck on this tech, never got a 4th base, and that was it. So Bisu, 173,000 points to 141,000 points. Soulkey outproducing Bisu 2-to-1 ratio, getting killed by about a 2-to-1 ratio. So close game. Buildings raised 10 by Soulkey, 6 by Bisu. Not good if you're a Zerg player. And then a 43,000 to 39,000 resources outspend by Soulkey, but only 4,000 resources in about 21 minutes. You probably want that closer to 6 or 8. Something like that. Anyway, that's a GG. Really fantastic showing there from Bisu, and Bisu's the guy, man. This is why you clicked on this, Bisu fans. You're like, he can take down Soulkey. He can do it. And he did. You were right. Okay, well, that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.